1.5 hours. I try to complete it until I complete the session. In that, the last class, we were in this timeline, 1937 to 1940. The 3 years of Congress rule, altogether in 7 plus 1 or 6 plus 1 in provinces, the Congress started to rule. Yes, so Congress started to rule 3 years, because now that legislature tenure was 5, earlier as I told, it's a 3 years. 3 years period. Okay, so started to rule. But what happened is October 1939, all the Congress ministers resigned. This is what the last point I mentioned. This is the last point I mentioned, right? Yes. Why Congress ministers resigned? If your situation is, if you are okay with video, you can enable your camera. Otherwise, you may close it. Otherwise, you may come, so that to get interaction with you people. Yes. So here, why Congress ministries resigned? For that, we have to look into the world history. You know very well, between 1939, listen, 1939 to 1945. 39 to 1945, Second World War happened. So whatever the incident happened in Second World War, that invariably impacted in India. Next half an hour, what we are going to discuss is whatever the event happened in world history, that is Second World War, between 1939 to 1945, what happened in India, that we are going to discuss. So what all has to do is tilt your book, notebook from this to this one, from landscape to portrait mode. Am I right? So you are writing like this, you tilt your book like this, notebook like this, and in this World War II. World War II. So whatever happened in world history and what happened in Indian history. So here World War II are world event and Indian event. Don't split into half. Here 1/3 alone you allot. Actually, up to this is enough for world history and related topic. 2/3 is exclusively for the Indian history, and the topic is 1939 to 1945. So topic is 1939 to 1945, one side World War II, other side Indian history. This is what we are going to discuss for the next half an hour. We don't want this. So if this notebook, if this board is your notebook, 1/3 is for world history and 2/3 is for Indian history. This is what we are going to discuss. This is comparative analysis of world history and the Indian history. Shall we start in this? Because we are lost in 10 years. First, what happened is World War. In World War, right, two powers. One is Allied power, right? One is Allied power. Another is Axis power. So, in the World War, when it was started in 1939, two powers, Allied and Axis. So many countries were there. Just I will give one or two countries alone. In the Allied power, Britain, France. This is in the year 1939. Keep it in mind. 1939 I am discussing. Every year, what happened in world history, what happened in India. France, right? Likewise, these two are major country and other countries were there small. And Axis power, three countries, Germany, Italy, Japan. This is what the starting period. No USA, no USSR, no major countries. This is what the starting period of the World War II. This is world history side. Taken? This is world history side. In India side, what happened, sir? Carefully listen. Britain. Carefully listen. Britain in Allied power. In that, Britain was ruling India. What Britain did is, here you write, Britain included India. So carefully listen. Exactly here you have to write. Britain included India into Second World War. Into Second World War without its consent. These are all keyword. Without its consent or discussion or negotiation. These are all the keyword in prelims. Already this is prelims question. Twice or thrice this has been already asked. Today just 1.5 hour or 145 minutes. 2 question, preliminary question over. That's why INC got tension. Continue the point. That's why INC got tension. And asked its ministry to resign. Asked its ministry to resign. This is very important. Britain included India, right? Without discussion, without negotiation, without our consent. What you are thinking, bloody British? You would take everything from India, but you would never ask anything of the Indian. For example, here one student is there. Out of 300 students, one student is there. I am staff. What I did is, right, myself entered into his house. Here, who is there? Rajan. Rajan is there. Right. I myself entered into the Rajan house. I never say anything. I started to use his sofa. I started to use his fridge, everything. Is it right? Wrong. Absolutely wrong. I may be the staff, but I should ask consent. Then Rajan got attention, sir. Just I'm attending the class. You can't misappropriate it. I am leaving. I am leaving it. Hereafter, I would not. I am resigning the class. Likewise, that right. British never asked the Indian consent. What you are thinking? You would take everything from India, even you would never negotiate with us. Even at least a courtesy purpose, at least a formality purpose, you should have asked. Irresponsible, idiotic fellows. If you are irresponsible, why should we be responsible to you by farming in the government? Oh, Congress ministries, you resigned from all the provinces. That's the reason on October 1939, all the Congress ministries resigned. This is already many a time. 1 minute. One minute, 1 minute. Wait.
You are in the meeting now.
Yes, 1939, this is what, and that led to the resignation of the Congress ministers. So hereafter, whatever happened in world history, how it had an impact on Indian history, that's what we are going to discuss. So this is already a question. Now, what happened in 1939 regarding the world history is initial success to the Axis power. Just to put tick. Just to put tick, or you write it. Initial success to the Axis power. So this is what here going on. Actually, Germany was thrashing. You will be discussed in depth in world history, not here. Since I am concentrating on modern India, just a brief I will give it. Later I will give in depth in world history topic. It will be discussed. This is what in 1939. Next, 1940. So 1939 year related is over in world history. Come to 1940. Even in 1940 also, war was in favor of Axis power. Write it. 1940 war was in favor of Axis power. Germany was thrashing like anything, and it was a setback to Britain. Particularly, it was a setback to Britain. Right? It was a great setback to the Britain by the time. You see that two things. One side, Britain was facing great setback. Other side, Indians were refusing to cooperate. What to do? Please, Britain asked Indian, please kindly help us. After the war was over, definitely we will do something. Okay, but we refused. No, why should we? Initially, you should have asked our consent, but never. We would not help you. Likewise, especially Congress leaders resigned it, and they were ready to start any kind of mass movement. Even in 1940, the war was in favor of the Axis power. Now, what the Britain did is, so you write it, to get full support from India. You write it. What happened in India side? To get full support from India, Viceroy Linlithgow gave an offer. Linlithgow gave an offer on August month. Gave an offer on August month. August which year? We are in 1940. Keep it in mind. We are in 1940. So August month 1940, Linlithgow gave an offer. That's why such offer is famously called August offer. 2018 or 19 preliminary question. So today, two questions, preliminary question, I assure you. So August month 1940, Linlithgow gave an offer. That's why it's called August offer. For what purpose? To get the Indian support. Right? That's the reason of this. What is the first offer? You write it. First offer is dominion status to India. Offer number one. Dominion status to India. That too at the end of the war. Note it down. That too at the end of the World War. Taken that too at the end of the World War. World War means Second World War. You type it. What is another name? Other name of dominion? Type. Dominion, yeah. We already given, na? What is a dominion? Other name of dominion? Swaraj. Super. Then home rule. Exactly. Self government. Self rule. Exactly. Dominion means these are all the other names. Super. So dominion, self rule, Swaraj would be given. That too, not immediately. Keep it in mind, not immediately. At the end of the Second World War. Now you say whether Congress would accept it or reject. Type it. Whether Congress would accept or reject. Reject. Why? Why rejected? Ah, yes, 1929 is important. Exactly. Keep it in mind. Right, listen. 1929, if you go to Lahore session of Congress, the aim of the Congress was to attain independence. Don't write. These are all you have to, by the time you should have studied. 1929, Congress aim shifted from Swaraj to Purna Swaraj. Since 1929, the aim of the Congress was to attain Purna Swaraj. But in August offer, what was given is just Swaraj or Dominion status was given. Oh, government, British government, you go to 1929, our Lahore resolution. In the Lahore resolution, we wish to attain Purna Swaraj, but now only you are giving Dominion status. In that way, you have to link various information. Then only you can connect it. Okay, that too, Dominion status immediately or at the end of the war, mean at the end of the war. What nonsense, yeah? In 2020, we people know World War II, Second World War come to an end in 1945. But 1940, no one knew when Second World War would be ended. Correct? So no one knew when it will be ended. Uncertainty, full of uncertainty, the government's assurance in the name of August offer. So just a single word I mentioned, Dominion status. You have to explain like this. If you explain like this, then only you can get full score in mains. Understood? Yes. Now, what about the Indian reaction is? That's all. This is the only major point. Next point, you write it. Both come out of August offer. This is offer. You write it. Both Congress and Muslim League rejected this offer. Both Congress and Muslim League rejected this offer. So why Congress rejected? Nearby you write, it wanted Purna Swaraj. Taken? Yes, why Congress rejected is, it wanted Purna Swaraj. Why Muslim League rejected is, you write it, no Pakistan is mentioned. You write it, no Pakistan is mentioned in the offer. Which offer is August offer? Because they wanted a separate country, right, called Pakistan. Since Pakistan is not mentioned in this August offer, that's why Muslim League rejected. So Pakistan by the time wanted two-nation theory. These are all the keyword, note it down. Wanted two-nation theory, so that's why it also rejected it. Now Gandhiji got tension. What kind of tension? Mean light tension. Gandhiji got it. Oh, bloody British! We were given adequate time. 1939 itself, I would have started mass movement, but I didn't. 1940, even you didn't give anything. What Gandhiji did is, under Congress, you write, due to the failure of the offer, you write, due to the failure of August offer, Congress started Satyagraha. What is the name is individual Satyagraha. These are all already very familiar, repeated preliminary questions. Individual Satyagraha. What is the year? 1940. Because we are in 1940. Keep it in mind. Just only one point in world history, but I am explaining a lot in Indian history. Germany, Italy was thrashing the Allied power to get the Indian support. August offer. August offer was failed. Both Congress and Muslim League rejected. Congress not only rejected and started a movement called Individual Satyagraha 1940. No need to write the year 1940 because here the year is there. So simple thing. Listen, August offer failed, that led to individual Satyagraha. Never forget it. After August offer only individual Satyagraha because of Gandhiji got tension. Individual August offer is useless. Right. Now listen. Normally Gandhian movement is mass movement. These are all the keywords in mains you have to use. Gandhian movement is always a mass movement. But here it is not mass movement. Here the word itself is there, individual. Individual is there. It means that not all the people should do satyagraha. What Gandhiji did it, he picked up some person. This year I expect. Otherwise, what you are next year while you are writing is I expecting it's a prelims. Gandhiji picked up some person. That person alone should do satyagraha. That's why this is called individual satyagraha. Under that you write Gandhiji picked up some person. They alone should do satyagraha. They alone should do satyagraha. Then who was the first person picked up by Gandhiji? You write. Who was the first person is Acharya Vinoba Bhave. Vinoba Bhave. This is expected preliminary question. 2020 it may be asked. Otherwise, when you are writing, definitely this is a question. Second Satyagrahi, Jawaharlal Nehru. The first is Acharya Vinoba Bhave. Second is Jawaharlal Nehru. Likewise, nearly 100 or 200 people alone were picked up, and that people alone should do Satyagraha. That's why it is called individual Satyagraha. This is I expecting. Okay. Right. What is the purpose of individual Satyagraha? You should know of this. Now I ask question. What is the purpose of non-cooperation movement? Type. Yeah. What is the purpose of starting non-cooperation movement? Swaraj, exactly. What is the purpose of CDM, civil disobedience movement? What's the purpose, yeah? Dominion status, CDM dominion status, purpose of CDM. Civil disobedience movement 1930. 1929, what happened? Lahore session means Purna Swaraj. Likewise, what is the purpose of individual Satyagraha? Is you write it to propagate against the British war effort. Against the British war effort. Yes. What the Satyagrahis should supposed to do is Acharya Vinoba Bhave, then Jawaharlal Nehru, likewise Satyagrahi. Listen, they toured. If you want to write it, right? They visited so many places like province after province, district after district, village after village, and gave public speech. Oh people, this government was adamant. One said they wanted Indian to be included into their side. Other said they are reluctant to give independence to us. Oh people, do one thing. Till British was giving independence, ready to give independence, don't give any support to the British war effort. So with condition, don't support the British war effort till independence is given. This is what the individual Satyagrahi promoted or propagated village after villages or district after district. Taken? Yes. So this is what individual. These are all the gray area where you will get extra score. This is what 1940 is over. But individual Satyagraha is not that much because it's not at all mass movement. Only few hundred people alone did the Satyagraha. British never bother about it. With this, 1940 is over. Now you come to 1941. In world history. 1941, Right. Two incidents happened in world history 1941. One is USSR joined in favor of Allied power. Two incidents are important. One is USSR joined in favor of Allied power. First, 1941. Second, December month, that is 1941 December, Pearl Harbor incident. Pearl Harbor incident. And USA joined in favor of Allied power. USA joined in favor of Allied power. So 1941 is very crucial and turning point in the world history, right? One is USSR joined in favor of Allied power, another is Pearl Harbor incident. After Pearl Harbor incident, USA also joined in favor of Allied power. How, why, entire explanation is the world history part. Yes, listen. You might have seen the movie Pearl Harbor. That's an English movie is there. Here is India, right? Here is Japan, and across it is America. So this side, I am discussing this side. You come to this side. In this side, here is Japan. Here Pacific Ocean. Carefully listen, Pacific Ocean. Right. Here an island. Island name is Hawaii. Hawaii. In that Hawaiian island, there is a place called Pearl Harbor. So where is Pearl Harbor mean? Here. So you know where is Pearl Harbor? Okay, what happens at Pearl Harbor? That's a very famous incident in world history. Without knowing the Pearl Harbor, you are not at all a history student. Keep it in mind. So here, listen. At one day, listen. Japan sent hundreds of flights. Actually, hundreds of flights, jet flights were sent, and Pearl Harbor in Hawaiian Island, where United USA's one naval base is there. Near Pearl Harbor, you write it. Naval base of USA. Naval base of USA. So USA naval base is in Pearl Harbor, right? What happened is Japan sent the hundreds of jets and bombarded it, and the entire naval base was trashed. Entire naval base. So students, movie. I'll go through the movie Pearl Harbor. 15-year-old movie. After this incident, you English movie superb. Last 15 to 20 minutes Pearl Harbor incident. Actually, this is a turning point in world history. Go through that. Completely bombarded. That's after the Pearl Harbor incident. USA got tension. You see that when Second World War was started, USA was not at all in Allied power. So 1930-39 World War One 2 was started, but USA joined only year 1941, and that is 1942. Only after which incident is Pearl Harbor. So December month 1941 by heart it. Pearl Harbor incident, and later who joined this 1942 onwards? USA joined into the Second World War. So December 1941. Next month is Jan 1942. So 1942 onwards, who actively participated in the World War II on behalf of the Allied power is this USA. This is world history incident. Okay. Now we are in 1942. Come to 1942. Nothing important in Indian history. Okay. Come to 1942. So USA joined. We know very well. Because December month, then here USA joined. Right. When USA joined, what happened is Japan become aggressive. Next point you write. Japan become aggressive. Become aggressive and started to capture. Japan become aggressive and started to capture. Second, started to capture China, Southeast Asian countries. These are Southeast Asian countries. So Japan become that much aggressive. Southeast Asian countries and on the way to capture India. And on the way to capture India. Taken, this is what, so carefully listen. Next, this is important. One side USA joined, other side Japanese become so much of aggressive. If you don't know this, you can't study Subhash Chandra Bose and Indian National Army, because Subhash Chandra Bose got the support of Japanese and his army came along with the Japanese army. That's why I demarcated this much with this much of emphasis I put it. Right. This is what 1942 happened. Now you write it here. Don't write here. Don't show your conjuice. Even if you want to leave some space, you do it. Right. Otherwise, that table is waste. So 1941, not that much. Okay. 1942, USA and Japanese. Now you see that one side Britain was facing problem because of Germany was thrashing. Other side, you see, other side Japanese were attacking all this territory and were towards India. Am I right? India was Britain's greatest colony. So fear is for Britain actually. Great fear is for Britain. What is the reason? Oh, these bloody Indians may join with that of the Japanese. We don't want. So what is the problem is, right, here you write Britain got feared. Britain got feared and they need full support of Indians. Note it down. And they need full support of Indians. So one side, these things you keep it in mind. One side Germany was thrashing. Other side from here, the Japanese were attacking towards India. Now Britain feared. Already a loss in Europe. Here you don't want to any loss in Asia. So Britain got feared and its prime minister, you write it. And its prime minister, who was the prime minister by the time, is Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill send his one of cabinet member Stafford Grip to India. Stafford Grip to India. Taken. So that's why that mission is called Cripps mission. Now you open Cripps mission. March 1942. Today's class, you have to listen and write minute, very, very minute. Whatever the words and emphasize on this or that. Sometimes my sounds will be up. Sometimes my voice will be low. You have to, each thing you have to emphasize. Listen, August of 1940. Correct? Cripps mission 1940, 2 years gap. Cripps mission. Who was Cripps? You know. So and so. Okay, Cripps came to India and he gave the plan. What was the Cripps mission plan? First point, note it down. What is the Cripps mission proposal? Cripps mission proposal is dominion status to India. Just imagine. Dominion status to India. That too at the end of the war. You just imagine. The same thing was already provided by whom? Provided in August of itself. The same was given. Self-Swaraj, self-government would be given now. That too not now, at the end of the war. Am I right? Would Congress accept it? Would Muslim League accept this? Definitely not. We will discuss later. So dominion status. For that sympathetic statement, Cripps started to give exact word I will reproduce. What Cripps provided, oh Indians, by that time British was facing problem. British was waging war for liberalization. At that time you don't disturb us. Rather than you help Britain, we need wholehearted Indian help. Once we got independent, we defeated the Axis power, and at the time after World War II, India would surely be given dominion status. In that way, lengthy sympathetic statement. Please support us. This is what Cripps mission statement. At last, they never gave ready to give independence, dominion status. But second, third points are important. What is the second point? Note it down. Second point is a constituent assembly would be set up. Actually, this is the point, starting point of polity. A constituent assembly would be set up to frame constitution for India. To frame constitution for India only by Indian. Underline the word. Only by Indian. Taken actually based on this assurance only. Much later, a constituent assembly was started. Rajendra Prasad, Ambedkar, all the people are coming. Means that is dates back as per whose recommendation is this Cripps mission. Keep it in mind. If you don't know Cripps mission, you can never study constituent assembly. So today topic is not only history, simultaneously I am discussing polity. The first unit and the second unit of polity here I am discussing. That's why it may take time. That's why last class itself I said, last one, this class, never miss it. Right? This is important. And third, India can join and become a member in the proposed United Nations organization. In the proposed United Nations organization. So likewise, so many points have been given by Cripps mission. This is what Cripps mission said it. Now, what about the Indian reaction? After Cripps mission, you write Indian reaction. Indian reaction. Yes. Both INC and Muslim League rejected the offer. Rejected the mission, Cripps mission. Both INC and Muslim League rejected the Cripps mission. You know very well why INC rejected no Purna Swaraj, because since the 1929 Lahore session, INC wanted to get Purna Swaraj, but Purna Swaraj provision was not given. That's why it rejected. Why Muslim League rejected? You know, Pakistan provision was not given, no two nation theory. That's why Muslim League rejected. These things in classroom itself you study. Right, now listen. Now I just confine to INC. Gandhiji got tension, full tension. Gandhiji got it. What this British people? Listen, In 1939 itself, we showed our angry by means of resigning all the Congress ministers. 3 years had been gone down the line. 3 years had been gone, but the British were adamant. British were adamant to give Purna Swaraj. Even they never used the word Purna Swaraj. But British were insisting that India, please help. Please help. Understood? This is what Gandhiji got tension. So you would not give anything what we want. Otherwise, we should give whatever you want. So full tension Gandhiji got, especially when Cripps mission was failed. Note it down. Gandhiji got full tension. These are all the word emphasize is necessity. Emphasis should be given. Even I would say, even a knife is given, Gandhiji is ready to kill 1 or 2 person. That much of militant mood Gandhiji had it. So March months or April, May, summer month of 1942, Gandhiji was in strange militant mood. Militant mood. Right, one said this. Another said, listen, Gandhiji was thinking. Here is Japan. Right? Another said Japanese issue. Biggest issue is Japanese. Japanese already attacked, captured China, and listen, and they attacked these countries and on the way to India. On the way to India. Gandhiji was thinking, why this Japanese wanted to invade India? Why Japanese made India as an enemy? Is there any problem, any enemical relationship between India and Japan? No. Then even after that, why in Japan wanted to capture India? You type why Japan wanted to capture India. Why? Trade wrong. Because of the presence of British. Keep it in mind. So Gandhiji, right. So why Japan wanted to invade India mean not to kill Indians because of presence of British. That's what he got answer. Because of just presence of 5 lakh British or 10 lakh British at the most case you imagine, right? 10 lakh British you consider 10 lakh British. Because of just 10 lakh British, 30 crore Indians were disturbed. Am I right? For example, in your Kadalur, right? Otherwise, in Nellore district. In Nellore district, to Nellore city, 2,000 people are there. Okay, 2,000 people are there. Among that, only 10 members are British, remaining are the Andhra people. Japanese wanted to kill that British. For that, they would drop the bomb exactly over the head of the British. No, they would drop the bomb over the city of Nellore. In the name of just killing of 2 British, they would kill all the 2,000 Andhra people. Understood? This is what Gandhiji feared. What feared it? In the name of killing of 10 lakh people, 30 crore Indian would be affected. This is what he got the reason. Why Japanese wanted? Because of presence of British. These are all important. You have to write it. Because of presence of British. Then what we have to do to avoid the Japanese invasion? Answer. If India wished to avoid Japanese invasion, what Indian should do? Huh? Yes. So listen, if we don't want Japanese means We have to expel the British. Keep it in mind. We have to quit the British from India. That's why Gandhiji got the answer. What is the answer is Quit India movement. Understood? So now open the topic Quit India movement. This is the method of studying. Movement 1942 to 45. 1942 to 45. Quit India movement 10 mark question. You should not write just Quit India movement. You have to write along with the world history. 10 to 20% world history, 80% Indian history related to Quit India movement. Understood? So he started Quit India movement, right? So why Quit India means if the British left India, we can avoid whose invasion is Japanese invasion. What is the solution? Expel the British from India in the name of Quit India movement. So expel the British from India. That's what Quit India movement. Taken? Yes. Whenever the things first why template. I am going back to the template. Why Quit India movement? Right. Why Quit India movement? Type it first. No, yeah. Why Quit India movement? I am saying. Asking. Sorry. You know, if it is a movement, template is there. 3 to 4 template. What are all the 4 template? First you type that. If your movement mean first. No, yeah. Template. If it is a movement, what are all the template? First why, second name, then cause is why, then method of struggle, super. No, movement wise I am method of struggle, correct. Then aim is there, yes. Aim, names, template is there already. So in that first why, first template is the why or cause, one and the same. Yes, what is the first cause? Type first or second, third. What are all the causes of Quit India movement? Cripps mission, exactly, super. First point, why is failure of Cripps mission. Very good. Second cause. What is the second cause? Japanese fear. Japanese invasion fear. Japanese invasion fear, right? These two are the causes for the British for the starting of Quit India movement. So keep it in mind. 2 years before, you go and check it. When August offer failed, Gandhiji started individual satyagraha. It's a first. Second thing is when Cripps mission failed, Gandhiji started Quit India movement. Simple. So August offer failed, individual satyagraha. Cripps mission failed, Quit India movement. Why is over. Next aim. What is the aim is Purna Swaraj. Aim is Purna Swaraj. Yes. Second. Third template, method of struggle. Method of struggle. Aim over. Next is method of struggle. Yes. In that this, you by heart it, August 8. By heart this date. August 8. Gandhiji's speak in Gowalia tank. Gowalia tank in Bombay. So if you want to know method of struggle of Quit India movement, all candidates should by heart August 8. 8 by heart it, and Gandhiji speak at a place called Gowalia tank in Bombay. Anyone from Bombay, Maharashtra? Is anyone from Bombay? No one, no. Yes, actually, Gowalia tank. Listen, tank means Gandhiji never spoke over the tank. It's not water tank. It's a place. Gowalia tank is a place. Understood? In that place, in front of hundreds of thousands of people, Gandhiji gave a powerful speech. Actually, this date, this place is important. It's a very historic place, Gowalia tank. Okay. Listen, you are all the people in front of thousands of people. Gandhiji gave, oh people, listen. Today, this much of people gathered here, and the British was not at all ready to give independence to us. Other side, Japanese fear, right? At any point of time, Japanese may knock the door towards the northeastern part of India, and in the name of killing British, we would also, some bullets would attack us. Our innocent Indian would be also killed. Fear. If we don't want a Japanese attack, there is no other go. We have to expel the British. Carefully listen. We have to expel the British from India. That is called do. Otherwise, we would be killed by the Japanese. That is called die. So the slogan "Do or Die" was given by Gandhiji on this date, on this place. This is what the slogan of Quit India movement. So in Gowalia tank speech only, Gandhiji gave "Do or Die." Do means we should expel the British. Taken. Die means we will be killed by the Japanese. Taken. So we will be killed by the Japanese. That is called do or die. This is already question. Do or die is the slogan of which of the following Gandhian movement is Quit India movement. After that, he gave everything. Here itself, you write. He gave everything regarding method of struggle and instruction to the people. Instruction to the people, he completely gave it. Now, homework to you. What is the homework is all the students should go through Gandhiji's Gowalia tank speech. What Gandhiji said, right, you should go through. Then only you would come to know method of struggle. Simple. What method of struggle? I myself would say, oh people, don't send your son and daughter to school, because all come to street to fight. Don't go to work. If you want, you write. Otherwise, you study later. Don't go to work. Right. Don't go to serve the British. All come to the street. Let us fight. Satyagraha, Ahimsa. Let us expel the British. We rebuilt everything after independence. Right. We built afresh after independence. Understood? So this is what the method of struggle as mentioned in Gowalia tank speech. And last, he asked the people, right, movement would be started tomorrow. Tomorrow means, right, August 9. He asked the people, right, so that movement would be started on tomorrow. Taken? Yes, now he asked all the people, today, I am saying, listen, today you all go and take rest. Tomorrow morning mean August 9 onwards, all come to the movement. Yes, now we are entering into course of action. Course of action. First point, the movement was started on August 9. Movement was formally started on August 9. August 8, August 9 by heart. Both are very important. Was started on August 9. People were there, but no leaders. People were in the movement, but no leaders. Sir, why? What happened on the day? Is on 8th night itself, on 8th night means on that Govalia tank speech. After Govalia tank speech, on the 8th night itself, all the Congress leaders were arrested. All the Congress leaders were arrested. Yes. All the Congress leaders were arrested on the 8th. Right, arrested. That's why, first point, it is a leaderless movement. First point is it's a leaderless movement. Taken? Yes, if it is a leaderless movement, who were the leader in? People. That's why second course of action, it is the people's movement. That's why it is people movement. So it's a leaderless movement, it's a people movement. Okay. If it is a people movement, would it be a violent or silent movement? Mean the most violent Gandhian movement. Point number 3. The most violent Gandhian movement. This is very interesting. Gandhian movement is Ahimsa Satyagraha, no violence. If violence erupted, he would stop. But here so many violence happened. Because no leader, people themselves agitated. Definitely in some places violence happened. So among all the 3 Gandhian movement, major movement, if the question is asked, which is the most violent, or Quit India movement is the most violent movement? Yes, right. But Gandhiji accepted because earlier he said violence is wrong, but he accepted because mass movement means some violence definitely be there. It's a third. Right. Fourth, yes, listen. All the Congress leaders were arrested. Gandhiji, Nehruji, Rajaji, Rajendra Prasadji, all were arrested. Mean then who would come to leadership? Mean women in leadership level. Next point. Fourth point. Women in leadership level. These are already question, yeah, repeated question. Leadership level. Who are all the women? By heart it. This is also question. UPSC question. Usha Mehta, Aruna Asaf Ali, Suchita Kripalani, important women in the national Quit India movements. Among that, this Usha Mehta started secret radio station. Taken? Right. In that way, so many course of action, method of struggle is different. Next point, in some places of India, and this is most expected potential question in 2020 or 2021. In some places, Taken? Yes. Indian set up the parallel government. Indian set up the parallel government. This is expected question because this area, this subtopic is not covered and not taken by UPSC in any question. Parallel government. So what is parallel government? Listen. Already British was running the government in a district collector, ICS officer, district SP, IPS officer, IPS. Likewise, the British government had its own functioning. Now, due to Quit India movement and Second World War, British setup is not functioning that much. Now, Indian opportunity. If it is a British district collector, Indian also, as himself said, I am the district collector. And one Indian said, I am the district SP. One Indian said, I am the Patuari of the village. So already government is run by the British. Now parallel government was running by the Indians. Understood? Parallel government. What are all the places? 3 places. 1, Balia. Balia in UP. Balia district in UP. Second, Midnapur. Midnapur in West Bengal. And third is Satara. Satara in Maharashtra. In these 3 districts, parallel government was established by Indians. You have to write everything in India side. Don't write anything in world history side. In that way, 1942 to 45, listen, 1942 to 45, World War and II and related to India. We discussed Quit India movement, we discussed up to 1945 over. India side, we completed up to 1945. But we have to discuss world side what happened. So last point I mentioned is 1942 in world history side. You see that Japanese aggression and they were on the way. Then you have written everything in India side. Correct? Cripps mission, failure, Japanese fear, Quit India movement, and we discussed the entire thing. Got it? Now you have to discuss in the world history. Keep it in mind. So that's all. With this, the over. Right. Now what you have to do? Go back, and started to write from here. From here, just to put a dot, and come to here. This point in 1944. So keep it in mind. Write everything. No point should go beyond this one. In 1944, Italy was defeated. No, you write like this. You start from like this so that you will get it. With the entry of USA, war was in favor of Allied power. You write this, then we will come next. With the entry of USA, war was in favor of Allied power and Axis power faced defeat. Axis power faced defeat. Then you put like this. Put like this and come to 1944. 1944, Italy was defeated. And you know what happened to Mussolini, right? And the beginning of 1945, Germany was defeated. Beginning of 1945, Germany was defeated. Taken? So first Italy was defeated, next Germany was defeated. But who was not yet defeated mean Japan. Do you know? To bring the Japanese the end only, you should know this 2 date, August 6, Hiroshima. Recently only day was celebrated. August 9, Nagasaki. That is atom bombs were dropped. August 6, August 9. Last August 15, 1945, Japan surrendered. August 15, 19. August 6, August 9, always by hearted these 2 days because no one should forget the other negative side of science and technology. Yes, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, August 15, Japan surrendered. Simple. If Japan surrender means, you know very well, Gandhiji no need to continue the Quit India movement. That's why exactly 1945, Quit India movement was over. This is the method of studying world history and modern India. Actually, world history, modern India complement to each other. If you study world history, modern India is easy. While writing answer, you can quote world history very easy. Understood? That's all. With this, we successfully completed up to the year 1945. Second World War. Likewise, you have to study Indian history. This is the method. Rather than simply studied Indian history boring. 1939 to 1945. Not only this, all other topics in Indian history, try to compare with world history. For example, if I simply say 1857 revolt, at that time what was going on in world, just to go through 1800, what was going on in world history, you will get excellent score. That's all. With this, almost we completed except 2 years. That is 1945 to 1947. So last ever topic, you open it. Events between 1945 to 47. Events between 1945 to 47. Otherwise, you could write post-war events. Post-war events. Here, post-war means post Second World War events. Post-war, Second World War events. Now, question for you. What are all the post First World War events in India? Type. Hmm? What are all the post First World War events? Rowlatt Act, excellent. Then Khilafat, non-cooperation. That's all. How? Yes. Satya. How? 1919 Act. The same way here. Post Second World War event. Just 4 events. 4 events, but all the 4 events are important. It would take another half an hour to complete my subject. So finishing, I don't want to rush it up. I would like to give very slowly so that you would get idea. Okay, what are all the 4 events? Is Wavell Plan, Wavell Plan and Simla Conference. So in the 2 year, this is the chronology. Conference, Wavell Plan, Simla Conference. Second, INA and INA trial. Third, Wren Mutiny. So this is chronology, keep it in mind. Fourth, election in England. Election in England and cabinet mission. If we concluded this 4 events, modern India is over. Yes. First you write Wavell plan. This is order we are going to discuss. Wavell plan, 1945. All happened after Second World War. Always keep this in mind. All happened after Second World War. In that, first is Wavell plan. So who was Wavell? Viceroy. So who was Wavell was Viceroy. Like Linlithgow, like Lord Irwin, right? So he provided a plan. That plan is called Wavell plan. That's all simple. Wavell was Viceroy. He gave a plan. What is a plan? First point number one. So who was Wavell? You know, he gave the plan. What's the plan is first one. Is Indian would be included. No, more Indian would be included. Note it down like this. More Indian would be included into Viceroy's Executive Council. Into Viceroy's Executive Council. For what purpose? Type. Law implementation. Excellent. Super. Yeah. Write it for law implementation purpose. Super. So already Indians were there. Who was the first Indian into Viceroy's Executive Council for law implementation? Type. Huh? SP Sinha. Satyendra Prakash Sinha was the first. So listen, what is the Wavell plan is more Indian to be included into Viceroy's Executive Council. Sorry. Viceroy Executive Council. Earlier I said Governor General Executive Council. Now it is replaced by Viceroy and his Executive Council. So you just imagine, for your convenience, 1 plus 10 you consider. Right. In that Indian should be included. Right. Indian should be included. That's what they plan. Okay. So here, how Indian should be included? Second point. Except Viceroy. Except Viceroy. Please don't ask my post here. I would not give my post to Indian. Okay. Except Viceroy and Army Chief. In the 10 members, right, you leave Viceroy. Viceroy is Britain, British person. And I mean the 10 member Army Chief. Army Chief would be the British. So except Viceroy and Army Chief, all the remaining member post would be given to Indian. All the remaining post would be given to Indian. So among the 11%, 1 plus 10, except Viceroy. So don't ask Viceroy's vote. 1. Second thing, Army post. Army General, Chief post, British. Remaining 9 post to Indian. Actually, it's a great concession. It's a ever great concession. I'm right. Why I'm asking it? Only in the year 1909, single Indian was first time an Indian was included. His name is SP Sinha. Satyendra Prakash Sinha was the first. 1909. But here they say, no, almost all would be an Indian. This is the first thing. You have to put emphasis on that. That's why repeatedly I'm using the word. Okay. So Indian would be included except these 2 posts, all are Indian. Okay. Next point. How Indian should be included? You write it. Third point, our plan. How Indian should be included? For that, an all-party meeting was planned to conduct. Third plan. How Indian should be included? For that, an all-party meeting should be conducted at Shimla. So it's an all-party meeting. Congress, please come to Shimla and give your opinion. Muslim League, please come. Justice Party, please. Depressed Class Association. Whatever the parties we studied, please, all the parties please come. And how Indian should be included, please give your concession, suggestion. That's why, as per the Wavell plan, what conference was held is Simla Conference. Now open the topic Simla Conference. Each a 10-mark question. 150 words. Taken? Right. 150 watts, right? Simula conference. So it's an all-party conference. Sir, why Simula, sir? You may ask question. Any idea why conference was held in Simla? Type. Exactly. Summer capital. Exactly. Super. Keep it in mind. British always had two capital. One is winter capital, another is summer capital. Their capital is Delhi, but the summer period it's difficult to stay in Delhi because that much of heat would be there. That's why summer period they would go to Simla. So Jalia. During the winter, Delhi itself is too much of winter. That's okay for them. So that's why summer capital of the British was Simla. There they have held the conference. Right. All the political parties attended. Write it. All political parties attended. All political leaders attended. Write it under Simla conference. Political parties attended. All political leaders attended. Yes, listen. First day, second day, third day, it was going on, but no consensus. You write it. After few days, no consensus and compromise among Indians. No consensus and compromise among Indians. Summer capital, not winter capital. Because summer Delhi is not that much. Delhi is that much heat. That's why they would go there. Yes. So and thus Simla conference and Wewell plan was failed because of no consensus. Thus both Wewell plan and Simla conference failed. Yes. So it was a most failed one. Right. Now question. Why Simla conference was failed? Who was responsible? Mean Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Note it down. Who was responsible was Muhammad Ali Jinnah. This is also expected question. Who was responsible? Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Why he was responsible for the failure? So how Simla conference was failed mean? Carefully listen. M.A. Jinnah was responsible. Here listen. What he insisted. Carefully listen. Here 1 plus 10. Okay. In that only Indian should be included. What Muhammad Ali Jinnah insisted it, if a Mussalman to be included, Mussalman means Muslim. If a Muslim to be included into the 10 members or into the executive council, such a Muslim should come only from Muslim League. That is what M.A. Jinnah insisted. Note it down. In executive council, if a Muslim to be included, such a Muslim should come only from, underline the word, only from Muslim League and not from no other parties. Taken? Now you say whether Congress would accept it? No. Whether other party would accept it? No. Why? Even in Congress also so many Muslims are there. In other parties also so many Muslims are there. But MA Jinnah insists that, right, any Muslim to be included, he should come from Muslim League. Actually, he is thinking that Muslim League alone is the representative of the Muslims. When MA Jinnah insisted, other party rejected. Insisted, other party rejected. That's a major reason for failure. Why I'm saying is, even today, many people with a half-mindedly thinking that Pakistan is created for Muslims. Whether all the Muslim wanted Pakistan, only Muslim League Muslims, even Muslims, those who represented the Muslim League party, they alone wanted. Even few members in Muslim League, they alone wanted, they went. Without knowing that only, all are simply, many people, if they studied history, they would not say. Without knowing this only, they say, Pakistan is for Muslims. Then you don't know what is a rational, real thing of history. These things would be used to buy vote bank, so and so. Right? The Muslim League insisted it. MA Jinnah is thinking that I am the true representative of the Muslims. Do you know, when Pakistan is created, many Muslims refuse to go to Pakistan. It itself is a setback to MA Jinnah. And even, do you know, when compared to Pakistan, many Muslims are there in India. India is truly representing the Muslim country. Many numbers are there than in Pakistan. Right. So he consider he is the only representative of the Muslims, and he insists that was rejected. That led to the failure of Simla Conference and Wavell Plan. So with this is war. Shall we move on to next? Yes, next INA and INA trial. I will complete by 4 o'clock. Shall I start? Yes. Listen. Without studying INA, it is impossible to study INA trial. That's why here, this is also 10-mark question. Here I have to discuss about Subhash Chandra Bose and other people. You know, INA is Indian National Army. Right, first point. Started in 1943. INA was started in 1943. At which place? Type. Which place? Japan, wrong. Singapore, right, exactly right. Yes, right. So it was started in Singapore. By whom? Don't write. By Subhash Chandra Bose. That's all new. If you are in India, definitely you should know. In 1943, it was established in Singapore by Subhash Chandra Bose. Yes, listen. Here Japan. Here is Singapore. Here is Singapore. So here in 1943, he started this organization. Okay, nearly 10,000 plus soldiers. All are Indian soldiers. With that, he started INA. My question is, sir, listen. How is it possible to get 10,000 Indian here, sir? The question you may arise. It is not Singapore people. It is not Japanese army. It is a Indian. That to Indian soldiers in Singapore. Why 10,000 plus Indian and Indian soldiers in Singapore? And how did Subhash Chandra Bose start? Okay, for that you have to go back to Second World War. That's why I insisted Japanese invasion. Listen, as I said, Japanese invaded. Carefully listen. Japanese invaded. They attacked China. They captured this country. Am I right? What Britain did it? It sent Indian troops. It sent Indian troops to fight against the Japan. All such Indian troops were defeated and imprisoned by Japanese. So you write it. During Second World War, Japan captured many Indian soldiers sent by British. So Japan imprisoned them. Such a people are called prisoners of war. You should know this kinds of words. POW. POW means prisoners of war. Okay, so Japan captured this much of Indian as prisoners of war. And this prisoners of war only Subhash Chandra Bose got it from Japanese government and formed an organization called INA. Taken? So you should know who started INA, where, and how was it possible of 10,000 Indian mean because of this. Taken? All are the prisoners of war. Okay? So by using the Indian, 10,000 Indian, Japanese authority, right, helped Subhash Chandra Bose with them, he created. This is what, 1943. But INA was not actually originally the idea of Subhash Chandra Bose. You write it. Whose ideas is, you write it, its idea was Mohan Singh. Its idea, INA, the concept was first given by, and even the name by Mohan Singh, a Indian officer in British Army. An Indian officer in British Army. Well, actually, his brainchild, his concept is this Indian National Army. But what happened is his concept was failed. He was not very popular figure, so he couldn't engage such activity. But when Subhash Chandra Bose again floated this activity, a famous leader, immediately Japanese authorities accepted and created this organization. What is the name of the organization? Is Indian National Army. This much of information you should know. So Mohan Singh, then Subhash Chandra Bose, Mohan Singh failed, Subhash Chandra Bose successful and created such a INA at Singapore. Yes, now it was created. What they have to do is listen. From here they have to come and attack India. Already I said Japanese was on the way. Am I right? So what they did, along with the Japanese force, INA joined. Like write it. Along with the Japanese force, INA joined, and 1944-45, 1944-45, INA entered into northeast. That is northeast of India. INA entered into northeast, especially Nagaland, Manipur. Note it down. Nagaland, Manipur. Guys, they entered into this area. Got it? So entered into Nagaland and Manipur. Listen, here Indian, that is a British army. British army means they are also Indian. So here British sent his army, with them they were fighting. Especially the very important battle is there. Even Netflix now, yes, serial is the Forgotten Army, a very famous serial is going on that is related to INA related one. You may see such a serial, right? Huh? Crime, Prime, Amazon Prime. Okay, okay. Forgotten, yes, Forgotten Army, exactly. So here, one important battle, Battle of Kohima. This is very important battle, where many INA soldiers lost their life. Even today, if you go to Kohima, you could see the war memorial of fighting of the INA soldiers. Got it? So, in that way, INA was doing good, but a great problem. What is the great problem is August 6, Hiroshima. August 9, Nagasaki. August 15, Japan surrendered. After that, Japanese started to withdraw. So, next point you write. Japanese, after Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Japanese surrendered and they started to withdraw. Okay, but what happened is INA entered into India and they were fighting. Who were giving support is Japanese, but no Japanese. But no Japanese. No gun, no bullets, no food. Who provided everything is Japanese. So what happened is all were arrested. All that INA soldiers were arrested, you're right. Due to no help, all the INA soldiers were arrested and were put under trial. That's why it is called INA trial. So all were put under trial called INA trial. So you should know INA. Then only we are coming into INA trial. Taken? Yes. Now open it. INA trial, November 1945. November 1945. Since it's held Red Fort in Delhi. Since it's held Red Fort in Delhi, it's also called Red Fort trial. So this is also important. This is also called Red Fort trial. Right. Okay. Nearly 10,000 plus soldiers. It is difficult to get a statement from each soldier. What they did, only top leaders alone were trialed. Trialed means judicial proceedings. Only top leaders. Top leaders were trialed. Listen, who is the first top leader? Subhash Chandra Bose. Where is your Subhash Chandra Bose? Where is your leader? Sir, he is not there, sir. He was again going back to Japanese for asking help. What happened to Subhash Chandra Bose? Some say died. Some said even after that he lived. That we are not going to discuss. So Subhash Chandra Bose was not available for trial. Then apart from Subhash Chandra Bose, who are the other people? Sir, these three people, sir. So only top leader, only top three leaders other than Subhash Chandra Bose were put under trial. Right, one is Shah Nawaz Khan. Note it down. Shah Nawaz Khan. Next is Prem Segal. Prem Segal. Next is Gurbaksh Singh. Gurbaksh Dhillon. Only three top leaders were Dhillon. Dhillon. Only these three leaders. This itself is expected preliminary question. Taken? Yes. So this is called INA trial. All were given punishment. That is next one. right? This is called INA trial. Okay. What's the significance? This is the last one with this INA trial is over. What's the significance is one of the leader Musalman, another is the Hindu, another is Sikh. So to support such a people, Hindu-Muslim unity, write it. To support them, Hindu-Muslim unity took place. These areas are evergreen area. These are all end portion of the modern India. This is the way of studying. INA, then INA trial. Yes, that's all. Second is over. So we discussed this. Next you write Rin mutiny. Last 15 minutes I will complete. Because finishing should be slow, should be complete. Rin mutiny. Feb 1946. February 1946. What is the Rin? It's not soap, okay? That Rin is Royal Indian Navy. Royal Indian Navy, that is the Rin mutiny. Explanation itself had that expansion itself had self-explanation. Simple, sir. Listen. Who revolted? Yes, write it. Indian soldiers. Indian soldiers. Yes, Indian soldiers in British Navy revolted. In British Navy revolted. In two ships. British Navy revolted in two ships. What are all the two ships? One is HMS Talwar at Karachi. At Bombay. Ship names. Warship name. Another is HMS Hindustan. HMS Hindustan at Karachi. Hindustan at Karachi. This is the information. Now you are going to say, before this revolt of Sipai, earlier when Sipai revolted is 1857. No doubt at all. Only in 1857 Sipai revolted. Which Sipai revolted? Army, Navy, Air Force means army. If it is army, they have to revolt in land. That's why we discussed that. What is the first date of 1857 revolt type? 10th May. At which place? Meerut. Correct? At a place called Meerut, it started. Why? Army people mean must fight in land. Here Indian soldiers in Navy. Navy means they should fight in ship. That's all. Barakpur, Meerut, right? Kanpur, Delhi. That is army, soldiers, land. Navy, soldiers, ships. So in these two ships, the same thing. What happened is, right, listen, in the two ships, that the Indian soldier joined and killed the British officer and took the entire ship under the control. This is course of action. Second, first HMS Talwar at Bombay, next HMS Hindustan at Karachi. Listen, now the two ships were completely under the control of the Indians. Now this information reached the British. What the British did it, they sent so many ships, 3 to 4 warships, completely surrounded. And warning, oh Indian soldiers, yourself surrender. Otherwise, even the British government would not hesitate to blow off the entire ship. After few days, all the soldiers surrendered. This is called the Rin Mutiny. Taken? It took place in two ships. British sent troops. Troops means ships. And after few days, all the soldiers in the two ships surrendered. So this is called Rin Mutiny. Okay. What is the importance of this mutiny? That's what thing important is. It is the first mutiny of soldiers took place during Crown rule. That is British government rule. So during the British government rule or Crown rule, it is a first mutiny after Sipai. Second is, it is a second Sipai mutiny, major Sipai mutiny after 1857. So 1857 Sipai revolted. After that, you can never see Sipai mutiny, only in 1946, that is Rin mutiny. Right. And last, simple. Taken 1857 revolt, 1858, you see that end of company. Listen, 57 revolt, 1858 end of company, 1946 Sipai Rin mutiny, 1947 end of British government. So it means that one of the major reason for independence, because 1947 we got independence. So in that way you have to write it. Taken? That's all. So we completed the third is Rin mutiny over. And the last and final topic, you write it. This is the final topic. Election in England and cabinet mission. Election in England and cabinet mission. Right, because if you want to know cabinet mission, first you should know election. Right, listen, 1946 election. In 1946 election, two parties, because in Britain always two parties. What are all the two parties in election? Two parties, major parties in Britain. Any idea? Type. Conservative party, one. Other side, conservative. Another is Labour party. No, yeah, party. Board of director over. You are in 1858. Board of director now. Board of director, there everything is got. Now I am discussing party. One is conservative, another is Labour. And yes, listen, conservative and Labour party. Already, who was the nominee of the conservative is Winston Churchill. Who was the nominee? Prime Minister nominee is Attlee, Clement Attlee. Clement Attlee. So Conservative Party Prime Minister Winston Churchill, Labour Party Prime Minister Clement Attlee. In that, which party got victory is Clement Attlee Party, that is Labour Party. Actually, this is very important, exclusively for India. Do you know, if Winston Churchill had come to power again, it's difficult. India would not get independence on August 15, 1947. So one of the major thing for India independence is the change of administration, that to Labour Party. Taken? Yes. Here, because this Labour Party only decided to give freedom, or they would use the word decolonization. So they only decided to give freedom or decolonization. Taken? That's what I forced to discuss this. Now listen. Now Clement Attlee became Prime Minister. Prime Minister means he should have Council of Ministers, right? Cabinet member. You write it after forming government under Clement Attlee. You write after forming government, he sent 3 cabinet member to India. He sent 3 cabinet member to India. That's why such a mission is called cabinet mission. That is called cabinet mission. So whose cabinet is coming to India? Clement Attlee's cabinet. How many member? 3 member. Who are the 3 member? By heart it, these are all pure polity. One is Lord Pethick Lawrence. Lawrence. Second is A.V. Alexander. Alexander. Third is Stafford Cripps. The same person. The same person later earlier came to India. So these 3 persons all were the cabinet member of Clement Attlee government. Clement Attlee government, right? Among that, who is the head of the cabinet mission is he. That's why I mentioned his name at first. Who is the head is Lord Pethick Lawrence, the head. Right. So they came to India, they discussed with the Indians and they gave their plan. So you write it, cabinet mission plan. So they came to India, last gave their plan, that is called cabinet mission plan. Just 2 or 3 points are there. Right. What is the first plan is no Pakistan. It's a great setback to Muhammad Ali Jinnah and Muslim League. First, once for all, it said, what nonsense Muslim League were asking Pakistan, because they are asking some part here and they are asking here. Am I right? As per Pakistan plan, they are asking like this. What nonsense? How is it possible? Because here a Pakistan part, here a Pakistan. How would you rule? Carefully listen. How would you rule this Pakistan from here, which is separated by India, nearly 1200 kilometer or 500 kilometer difference is there? How would you rule this part from here? You see that exactly what cabinet mission plan said happened in 1971. Because of after Pakistan was created, West Pakistan, East Pakistan, problem between West and East Pakistan, last in 1971, East Pakistan became Bangladesh. So if you study history, you will have in-depth idea. Thus, cabinet mission rejected Pakistan. On what basis you are asking? Yeah, rejected it. Understood? Second, third point is important. Second point is, note it down, to set up or to start. Don't write to set up. To start interim government or temporary government or provisional government. Taken to start interim government or temporary government or provisional government, and to function of constituent assembly. Otherwise, to start constituent assembly. To function of the constituent assembly or to start constituent assembly. So these three are the major functions of the cabinet mission plan. Yes. So based on that only, how Indians reacted, we are going to discuss. Come out of the mission plan, you write Indian reaction towards the plan. Indian reaction towards the plan. Yes. You know very well. Whether a Muslim League accepted or rejected means, you know, first reaction you write Muslim League rejected it. Muslim League rejected because Pakistan is not given. That's why Muslim League rejected, not only rejected, and started communal violence. Started communal violence, especially you know very well of this West Bengal, very Naukali incident. So many incidents happened. In that one communal violence day is called Direct Action Day. You note it down. So communal violence was unleashed. Killing, counter killing happened. That one day is called Direct Action Day, August 16, 1946. You by heart this date. It's a sinful day in India's communal violence actually. In West Bengal it happened. Thousands of people were killed in a single day. Understood? So communal violence was started. Many aspirants are thinking that only after partition communal violence. No. Because of communal violence only Mountbatten forced to give partition. So he considered because of what communal violence would come to an end, partition. Okay, go. This is the first reaction. So Muslim League rejected. Now you come and started communal violence. One side untowards communal violence was going on. Keep it in mind. Now, next one. Congress initially rejected the offer. That is the plan. Congress initially rejected the plan, but later accepted and later accepted. Thus, it formed interim government. Thus, it formed interim government as well as constituent assembly. So, second, third point, Congress accepted. So, Congress entered into interim government and Congress entered into what assembly? Constituent assembly. Understood? Right. So, this is important of this. Now, I have to discuss of Constituent Assembly because this is the basic of Indian Constitution. So, how Congress entered into Constituent Assembly? What are all the important dates? You should know. Open the topic Constituent Assembly. Pure polity. These things are. Constituent Assembly. So that's why actually history, modern India history is lengthy. I completed all the 11 acts we completed. Then missions, Simon Commission, Cripps Mission, Cabinet Mission, Constituent Assembly, you see that. These are all pure polity oriented. Okay. So here, this is what the Constituent Assembly, yes. What is the original strength of Constituent Assembly is 387. You may check it. 386 or 87 it would come. This is the actually proposed strength. Proposed strength. It consists of two, from princely states and from British India. The members were from British India and the princely states. Taken. So members should be drawn from British India and princely state. British India wise 290 plus member, princely state wise 90 plus member. I don't know exact figure. You may kindly refer Polity Lakshmikant book and you may write exact figure, but figure wise not at all a matter. So 290 plus members to be taken from British India and remaining from princely state. But what happened is initially British Indian alone member participated. So initially British Indian member alone participated. It means that princely state didn't participate, members British Indian. Now 2013 or 14 preliminary question. What is the preliminary question is how these members were sent. Whether elected, selected, nominated, or Gandhi picked up all the people. This is what the question. Exact polity question. How these 290 members mean? You write it. All were elected. Or were elected by PLA's member. PLA's mean plural. Don't put apostrophe, wrong. Okay, actually it is very similar to Rajya Sabha. The members of Rajya Sabha are elected by MLA and MLCs. MLAs are sending. In the same way, Madras Province MLA, Provincial MLA, right, and Bombay Province Legislative Assembly member, these members selected and send the representatives to the thing. This is what exact answer. Answer to 2013 or 14 preliminary question. Yes, in that way, 290 plus members joined and formed the Constituent Assembly. And I will give 2 to 3 points. Date, by heart it, right? What is the first date? What is the first date of sitting is 9th December 1946. Please by heart it. This is a Constituent Assembly. I have to discuss in polity. Okay. First, second is 11th December. So day 1, 1st December. Day 2, 11th December. On the date, what happened is Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected as the chairman. Chairman means president. President of Constituent Assembly. Note it down. As the chairman or president of Constituent Assembly. Constituent Assembly. Right, keep it in mind. Many students are thinking that Ambedkar was the head of Constituent Assembly. Wrong. In the Constituent Assembly, the head is Rajendra Prasad. In the Constituent Assembly, so many committees were there. So many committees. In that, one of the committee called drafting committee, only for drafting committee, Ambedkar the chairman, the head. Apart from that, if question is asked, right, so who is the head of Constituent Assembly is always Rajendra Prasad. Happened. Okay, 11th December. Next, 13th December. 13th December, Jawaharlal Nehru passed objective resolution. Passed or moved objective resolution. Moved or passed objective resolution. If polity classes are started, you know, which later became preamble to Indian Constitution. Preamble to Indian Constitution. So likewise, Constituent Assembly functioned. And what is the last date of the Constituent Assembly? Type it. Any idea? What is the last date of Constituent Assembly functioning? Any idea? November 26. This is the last. 26th November 1949. 26 November 1949. These are all polity related date. Please by heart it. First unit or second unit. And the date preamble was adopted and enacted by ourselves. Likewise, in preamble itself it's mentioned. So this is all due to which mission? Constituent Assembly, everything is related to cabinet mission. So if you don't know cabinet mission, you can't study about making of Constituent Assembly and Constitution. This is the method of history and polity linking. Am I right? Now, listen. Last information with this over. Here December. Am I right? And we discussed about the Constituent Assembly. Now listen. After December 1946, next is 1947. Carefully listen. Right, December 1940, next is Jan 1947, Feb 1947, then March 1947. With this, we successfully completed, right, the last topic is what one is, that is election and cabinet mission. But I had to discuss about independence. Right, now. This is the last date. Next month is Jan 1947. No important events. And next month is Feb 1947. So come out of the cabinet mission and the Constituent Assembly. Last you write Feb 1947. Feb 1947. Clement Attlee, that is British Prime Minister Clement Attlee, made a statement in British Parliament. Made a statement in British Parliament. Yes, what is the statement? So many statements, I just confine the two statements related to India. First, we would leave India on 30th June 1948. So we would leave India on 30th June 1948. Taken? Even Clement Attlee didn't say August 15. Second important is appointment of Lord Mountbatten. Appointment of Lord Mountbatten as Viceroy of India. as Viceroy of India. So these two things, keep it in mind. One is 30th June, another is Lord Mountbatten as Viceroy. Accordingly, who was appointed as a Viceroy is Mountbatten. Yes, this is what I have to discuss up to Mountbatten. Now Mountbatten came to India as Viceroy. These two statements, right? He was very happy because he was appointed as a Viceroy, a country which is already new to him. So he came to India. But what happened is, for Mountbatten, some shocking news is communal violence. So you write it. So during this period, when Mountbatten arrived, or Mountbatten period, communal violence, severe communal violence. Taken? Severe communal violence. That's why you see that one side severe communal violence, hundreds of people were butchered. Other side, Attlee said that we would leave India 30th June. Just imagine, 1.5 years is there. Now Mountbatten said, no, no, it is impossible to stay in India up to 30th June. Another 1.5 years is there. Attlee and so on so British, let us leave altogether. Immediately we shall withdraw. These people, whatever they want, let them do. Let the God save India. Understood? That's why series of talk with the Indian leader, with the British leader, with the other stakeholders, and last, Mountbatten arrived at the date. Don't write. That is August 15. Don't write. August 15. Mountbatten arrived at that to give independence along with the partition. Such a plan is called Mountbatten Plan. So last ever topic you write it, Mountbatten Plan. So Mountbatten was appointed. He came to India. Violence was going on, and at last proposed Mountbatten Plan, or June 3rd Plan. This is also called June 3rd Plan. Actually, here only you will get extra score. June 3rd Plan. So why June 3rd? I should know. I should explain. Yes, it is officially, the Mountbatten Plan is there. It is officially proclaimed. That's why it is called June 3rd Plan. You put downward arrow and write it. These are all questions. Why June 3rd Plan? Mountbatten Plan is called June 3rd Plan. Means partition, independence, the date August 15. All were officially announced on June 3rd. That's why it's called June 3rd. And another name is Dickey Bird Plan. Dickey Bird. This is once UPSC mains question. Dickey Bird Plan. Why it's called Dickey Bird Plan? It is a nickname of Mountbatten. I don't know why he's called Dickey. Even in the Mountbatten movie, not there is a serial, Crown or Queen serial in Netflix. In that also, even that Mountbatten wife also used to say Dickey, Dickey like this. He was famously, his nickname is Dickey Bird. That's why it's called Dickey Bird Plan. So Mountbatten Plan, or June 3rd Plan, or Dickey Bird Plan. So accordingly, only August 15. First point. Write it. August 15. Not only that, independence and partition. Next point. So independence as well as partition. Likewise, so many points has been given in Mountbatten Plan. Taken so many points has been given. Now listen, I am giving the plan. Just giving the plan is enough? No. What happened? This plan should be approved by the British Parliament. You write it. Later, this was passed and approved by British Parliament. This was passed by British Parliament in the name of India Independence Act. in the name of India Independence Act. So what is India Independence Act? Mountbatten Plan that was passed become India Independence Act. Actually, as per India Independence Act only, we got independence on August 15. So this much of information you should know, nook and corner. Understood? So we got independence on August 15. Pakistan is celebrating on August 14. My question, why Pakistan is celebrating in August 14? Is there any separate independence date for Pakistan? Type it. So we are celebrating August 15, but Pakistan August 14. Why? Partition? No, partition, no. There's no separate date for Pakistan. Huh? No, 14 night partition given. 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock mean it's a 15th. Actually, many are thinking that day is started and the next morning 6 o'clock. No, day is started 12 o'clock itself. Midnight, okay, you are right. Midnight, okay, proclamation. Because not midnight, that is the date. When the clock 12 o'clock, that is the date. For us, for we people only 12 o'clock is midnight. For we people, not only 12 o'clock is the midnight, even morning 10 o'clock is also midnight. We would sleep. Am I right? Because of timeline. Keep it in mind, we are here. We are here. Pakistan is ahead of us. We are here. Right. Pakistan is ahead of us. Here is the Pakistan. Right. Time difference. Because here 12 o'clock means in Pakistan 11:30. Right. Here 15th, August 15 struck at 12 a.m. But at the time it is a midnight. For Pakistan it's the midnight of August 14. Because they are like this. That's why Pakistan is celebrating on August 14. We are celebrating on August 15 because of time difference. So in Independence Day celebration, they are one step ahead. Actually, in that alone, they are one step ahead. Beyond that, nothing. They are many steps behind us. Understood? So that midnight, that is 12 o'clock, you say not? August 15, 12 o'clock, in the Constituent Assembly, Nehruji made a statement with the trust with destiny. Actually, historic speech. This may be asked as prelims. So who gave the speech Trust with destiny is Jawaharlal Nehru on August 15, 12 o'clock in the joint in a Constituent Assembly building only. He gave the popular statement of this and proclaimed, when the entire world was sleeping, India awake. This statement is part and parcel of the Trust with the destiny. East Pakistan was 1971. East Pakistan is not a separate country. That's different. Bangladesh is a separate country. Till 1947, East Pakistan is not at all a country. Pakistan means West Pakistan as well as East Pakistan. Both are collectively called Pakistan, but the central government is located in Islamabad. Okay. That's all. Close your notebook and come to video because no one is ready to come.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes. Good afternoon. Good evening. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Good evening. Good afternoon. It should be evening. Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Actually, I had a doubt. Means the doubt is that means the Constituent Assembly was formed as per the cabinet mission, right, sir? Cabinet
Yes,
mission plan, right?
exactly.
Uh, so, sir, this doubt is occurring in my mind is that means in 1942 the Constituent Assembly provision was also there in Cripps mission.
Exactly. So, Cripps mission mentioned everything about the Constituent Assembly, but how it should be function, how it should be set into motion is mentioned in Cabinet mission. Ingredient it's mentioned in Cripps mission. How it formulate to function is the work of Cabinet mission. Cabinet mission didn't say anything new about Constituent Assembly. If the question is asked, Constituent Assembly was first propounded means it is always Cripps mission. Commission
Okay,
is
so if I am
set into motion
yes, sir,
means
please, please.
Cabinet mission. That's all.
Okay, so it can be understood like this: the first time the cabinet mission, sorry, the Cripps mission proposed the formation of a Constituent Assembly, and
Yes.
the composition of the Constituent Assembly was defined in this cabinet mission, right?
Cabinet mission, and its cabinet mission duty is to set into function of the Constituent Assembly, and it did it successfully.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay, sir. Sir, another question I have means when is the history optional beginning, sir?
August last week.
Okay,
August last week.
okay, sir.
Class would be there in between. Once demo is over, August last week onwards, we will start.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Evening session, 5:30 to 7:30 or 8 o'clock.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes. I hope by the time you would have understood modern India holistically. Why I'm saying is next after that I will not come, because I will not come for ancient medieval, right, and even world history. I will come only for post independence and consolidation part. That's the last part I will come. For GS optional wise I will handle all the thing. For GS wise, modern India portion, the major portion is over. Next I would come to take post independence and consolidation. That is a brand new topic, and it's a live topic of we will discuss Jawaharlal Nehru and up to Vajpayee and even Modi ji also. Last topic when it may be next March to your batch or next June, last ever, first and final touch I will give it. Right, Spectrum book based on my class notes. You go through and search it and study. This is what, and already many candidates are posting in my mail regarding doubts. So any doubts you may post it, since you can't come directly to be there, otherwise we will be in institute. You may post it in my mail. When time is there, at within 2 to 3 days I will send a reply to you people, because after that we will meet after a long time. We will meet it. Right, any other doubts? Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, did the Constituent Assembly act as the interim government, or were there separate elections for that also?
No. Government is executive. Constituent Assembly is legislature. Don't confuse with assembly and the executive. Constituent Assembly is like a parliament. Interim government is cabinet.
So the cabinet mission proposed for an interim government, right, sir? So when was it formed actually?
September 2, 1946.
With
That
Indians.
everything Indians. Second unit or
Okay,
third unit of Lakshmikant, last page it's given of interim government. Who are all the members in the government? What department is given? It is given in that Lakshmikant. If you want nearby, you write it down in the interim government.
Okay, sir. And regarding viable plan, sir, so it proposed for more Indians in the executive council. But Indians were already asking for Purna Swaraj. So it was really a degradation even from Dominion government, right, sir? So why would Indians accept and go for Simla conference?
Initially, in the 1+10, only 1 or 2 Indians. But here, in the 1+10, 9 members or 10 members mean it is a good concession. After entering into that, we will demand, Viceroy, you also leave. Here also Indian would come, likewise.
Okay, sir. And regarding Rin mutiny, sir, was it a coordinated mutiny between Bombay and Karachi naval ships?
No, it's not coordination. That's biggest issue always in Sipai mutiny.
Okay, that's all, sir. Thank you.
I hope right, study well. If you want to leave, you may leave it. Others, those who have the doubts, you may stay. Otherwise, study well. We will meet after a long time. Probably next year for GS students, those except those who are joining the optional, that I will come. Next.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, you said we had a ground army and a naval army. Whether we had a air force army, sir? Air force.
By that time, not developed, but we had it, but not. I have not come across Air Force. British never used in India. In Britain, they used it, but not in India. Indians were not deployed at that time. We didn't.
Okay, sir. Sir, my second doubt is, the Labour Party in British, it's actually a communist-oriented party, sir. Because I thought it. I remember.
Exactly. Socialist-oriented party. It's a communist-oriented party.
So, because of a communist ideology, we get the independence like that. We can interpret, no, sir.
Exactly.
No, okay, sir. Okay, sir. That's my question, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, my doubt is regarding previous classes, sir. Just I have made 2 inferences. Please correct me. Muhammad Jinnah's, so first one, Muhammad Jinnah's demand for a separate nation was not only the religion was the cause, was it that he feared that he may lose importance due to arrival of Gandhiji and Gandhiji for giving leadership to the movement? Can we say that it's not only because of Islam?
Exactly.
So can I infer that? Can I give such inferences in my answer, sir? Okay, sir. So second one, sir, if we see moderates, most of them had education in Britain itself. That is, they did foreign education, and so they had seen the developments over there, what the British government had did. So was it because they demanded only for self-government under British because they wanted those developments also to come to India rather than?
That's also good interpretation. Even many felt it in the early stage.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good evening, sir.
Evening.
Hello. Yes, sir. What was the second Sepoy mutiny, sir?
That's the Rin mutiny.
Sir, but even the INA, I mean the Indian National Army is also based on Sepoys, no, sir?
No, that is outside. They were entirely different. Right. Here is within the British Army control, they revolted. They were captured as a prisoners of war. That prisoners of war later recruited by Subhash Chandra Bose. They created INA. It is not a revolt. They were already in the hand of Japanese. That soldiers recruited by Subhash Chandra Bose. But here they were within India, inside India. They were working under the British. That people revolted. That's why I consider it's a second major.
So British actually sent these soldiers to Singapore to fight against Japan. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, Southeast Asia, not exactly Singapore, commonly to Southeast Asia.
So one final doubt, sir. What is the climax of the INA trial, sir? What happened to those soldiers who were arrested by the British?
Punishment. All were given some jail term, some punishment were given,
Mm-hmm.
not released.
Okay. But the main representation were the leaders, right, sir? But others were also punished, but just for representation, these leaders were in front.
Yes, yes. On behalf of all soldiers, these leaders were punished. These leaders were trialed and punished. Punishment was given to all.
Okay. So I have one more doubt, sir. In the spectrum, like actually, for example, if you take tribal revolt, there's a lot of revolt being given, and you said like some of the important tribal revolt. Are we supposed to study all the revolts or just the important ones?
No, as I said in meantime, first whatever I have given in the class notes, thoroughly study. Come to test. In
Okay,
test,
sir.
to few more important revolt. That alone you study.
Okay, sir.
Add whatever the revolt has been given in class notes and test subsequent test. Don't study yourself. Try to study of all the revolts.
Okay, sir. So அப்புறமா ஏதாவது டவுட்ஸ் இருந்தா உங்களுக்கு மெயில் அனுப்புனா போதும்ல சார்?
Yes.
ரிப்ளை பண்ணுவீங்கல்ல சார்?
I will reply within 2 days. I try to reply.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for taking us Modern India, sir. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, am I audible, sir? Sir, good evening, sir. First of all, thank you so much, sir, for giving a clear knowledge on modern history. I have a doubt on Deliverance Day of Muslim League, sir. You said during the events between 1935 to 1945. What it is, sir, actually?
On October 1939, Congress ministry resigned. That date was celebrated by Muslim League as Deliverance Day.
Oh, okay. Does Muslim League government was resigned, sir? They resigned the PLA, sir?
Explanation itself, it is there. Congress ministry resigned. That's all.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Meaning,
Sir, sir, you told that at last you will tell about the Kohinoor history, sir. How did it went to the British crown? Can you please tell that, sir?
I already told you, it's a very big story. During
Okay. Yes, sir.
Anglo
From that.
War itself, I mentioned.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. I will check that, sir.
Go through that video. I have mentioned. I explained it in depth.
Okay, sir. Okay. Sir, modern India is really super, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, yes.
Hello, sir. Thank you for taking Modern India class, sir. Also, I have a doubt, sir. So you said that at the end of the session you will give, at the end of Modern India, you said that you would give what are the important Congress sessions since every year there is a Congress session held. So you said what years we should remember. So what years and what places, the important places, sir.
That I will give later. Yeah, anyway, I have come for PIC class. At the time, I will give it.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I have some doubts, sir. 1939, India was encouraged to participate in United Nations, no, sir, by British. In that, even if India joins, it will not be a sovereign member, no, sir.
Yes, yes.
Simply participation will be there as a non-sovereign state.
No, though we are not sovereign state, our master allowed to join into United Nations organization. Accordingly, we joined, though we are not sovereign nation. And accordingly, we joined
Okay,
it.
sir.
1945. We are original member of UNO because of Cripps mission.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. And one more thing, sir. You told about Arun Suchita Kripalni, sir, in Quit India movement. I guess it is in
Yes.
yes, in Quit India movement. Is there any connection between Suchita Kripalni and Kripalni who participated in Champaran movement, sir?
Like husband and wife. JP Kripalani, Suchita Kripalani. Hello.
Sir.
Yes, can you hear me?
Sir, I'm not able to hear, sir.
That's a husband and wife.
Oh, okay, sir. And then next also the Prem Segal and Lakshmi Segal you have also mentioned in test no, sir.
In husband and wife.
Okay. So that Lakshmi Segal only contested in that president election, no, sir? Along with Abdul Kalam.
Against Abdul Kalam. Both are from Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, sir.
Correct.
And
correct.
one more, sir, regarding, sir, thank you, sir. And regarding this princely states, actually, in some place of India, Indians wanted to set up the parallel government, no, sir. Those Indians were actually some princely states, like that, sir. My interpretation is correct or not? Normal Indians, not belong to royal family and all. Okay, okay, sir. And one more, sir, regarding this, I saw somewhere in net like Tata started its aviation as a part of this Swadeshi movement. It also put some foothold in aviation industry. Can it be taken as a Indian Air Force foundation, sir, or no?
Indian Aircraft Foundation, but Air Force, it's doubtful because it's not. Air Force means it should be for fighting. It may be used for civil aviation, other purpose.
So it is maybe for commercial purpose.
Civil aviation, commercial purpose. Air Force, if you said Air Force, that's a warfare purpose.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Next. Okay. Study well. Thank you.